I know one of the biggest character traits that I've realized and that I've seen is forgiveness. It it takes a lot of humility to be able to forgive someone for something really wrong that they've done to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, especially if it's emotional. You know, emotional wounds, oh, they take way longer to heal than physical wounds.
That reminds me of something. I remember once I had a friend who kind of like betrayed me. Well, I guess not kind of. They did betray me.
Yeah.
And then I was at their house later on, and their mom knew what happened, and she told me, you know, you're showing a lot of character by being here. And it really struck me because I didn't even think about it. You know, I guess that's showing forgiveness. You know, not letting that stuff get in between you, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I would say that forgiveness, you know, it's big because I mean, think about it. If you don't forgive someone for what they do, and I mean, if they really hurt you, you're only really hurting yourself. You know, because that person, I mean, your friend, did she still look, you know, fine and was going about her life, still smiling, blah blah blah, la la da. They, you know, they may not even realize that they've hurt you. You know what I mean? They may just be going about their everyday lives, and that you just may have gotten caught in their path of destruction. And when you know, just you take stuff to heart like that and you hold it to yourself, you're basically committing emotional suicide. You know, you're killing yourself emotionally because of this thing that's happened in the past that you haven't got over. And that's, you know, I think that's one of the biggest factors why, you know, forgiveness is a big part of character because it benefits you. It's not, you know, benefiting really the other person other than you walking up to them and saying, I forgive you. You might slightly clear their conscience, but I mean, other than that, it's to benefit you, to release you from the pain and the trouble of, you know, holding on to that nonsense.
So personality is for sharing, and character is for yourself, kind of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Personalities, I kind of think of it as like the more outward persona you show people, like the everyday kind of thing, and character is like more inward, you know, the choices you make, the kind of person you are on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not everyone will have a chance to see it in your everyday life because, you know, you're just at school taking tests, you know. You might go goof off and joke around in class, and that's your personality, but
Yeah.
whether you cheat or not on a test, that's character.
Yes. Yes. Very, very true. Go ahead. Oh, okay. I was wondering, what is you know, a reason why you would want to be patient when you are in a situation like that?
Wait, a situation?
Like, say someone just hurt you, and
Oh, okay.
they hurt you. They're not saying, you know, they're sorry or anything like that. I mean, why would you want to have patience in a situation like that?
Well, if you're not patient, you can rush into things. You a lot of confusion on both sides. Sometimes you got to wait and think about it. You know, just to give it more thought. Because if you don't rush into it, you know, fights can break out, misunderstandings and confusion, and just it could really end up a big mess.
Yeah, because you know, another character trait is patience. That's the reason why I brought it up, because when you're in a situation like that, patience keeps you out of trouble as well as patience brings justice. Because over time, you know, if this person has, you know, brought an offense upon you, the truth will come out. The truth will show itself. A lie has a short life. You know, that's the interesting thing about lies. They have a short life, but the truth will live forever. And, you know, you don't have to necessarily always defend yourself. You know, that's also, you know, another part of a character trait being humble. You know, you don't always have to defend yourself and fight, you know, this fight for your reputation, because in the end your reputation will precede itself. It'll grow itself. So what about being humble? Why is that important?
It can keep you out of a lot of situations you don't want to get into.
Yeah, definitely. There's another, like, being prideful or whatever, the opposite of humble, obviously, can definitely get you into a lot of situations you don't want to be in, you know. Like, two people are trying to like dominate a conversation or something like that. You know, you're constantly talking over each other. Eventually, you know, frustrations are going to mount, and you know, nobody's going to end up happy. But you know, if you see, like, if you're talking to somebody and they're bent on dominating the conversation, just kind of like sit back, chill, and listen to what they have to say. You know, eventually you'll get your turn to speak. You know,
Yeah.
it's just,
I was just going to say, I've noticed when you're prideful, you tend to, you know, kind of jump into things. Like, I guess it kind of goes back to patience, but you tend to assume things too, like you're always right and the other person's just wrong. And then later, when the truth comes out, then it's going to just come back and hit you in the face, you know,
Yeah.
kind of come
That,
back to
that
punch
kind of
you.
reminds me of a really cool saying that says, "Keep your words soft and sweet, because you might have to eat them."
I like that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And when you're prideful, you tend to say a lot of things that maybe aren't so sweet and tasty, you know. When it comes back to you, it's like, well, here's a taste of your own medicine, you know.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That's true. This is probably going to sound like extremely crazy because it's like one of those off-the-wall questions. But how do you get wisdom?
Learning from past mistakes.
Exactly.
You can also get wisdom by, like, one of the best ways I think to get wisdom is listening to someone who's already gone through it and taking that to heart. Not just, oh, it can't happen to me. Really learn from other people's experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good
You
one.
hear that? I'm telling you. I mean, because wisdom ties into directly with all these things, you know, that we're talking about here. You know, not just the fact that we're talking about in our listing, but it displays wisdom when you display character. You know, wisdom and character, they're intertwined with each other. You have to be able to use wisdom in situations like that to know how to get yourself out of it.
yeah, it all comes down to experience, because when you experience something, it allows you a chance to express your character, and the way that you gain wisdom to know how to use your character and what character, you know, you're gonna have or whatever, is you gain that by experience. So it kind of all circles and ties together and stuff like that, and works out.
Patience and humility go together. Wisdom and patience go together. It's just constant, you know, this constant circle, constant cycle of what character is. It's an ongoing thing, you know. It's an ongoing act, you know. Kind of like what we said. It's the code that makes you up. So, I guess, you know, that before we go on break, I want to challenge my viewers, and I want to say, what does your character symbolize about you? Answer that, and we'll be right back after this.
Diet pills that just don't work. Try. No! You can lose up to 40 pounds in 1 week. You need an energy boost? So man, you'll be up for days. But who needs family and friends when you got meth?
Get real. Meth ruins lives.
That can cost you your job.
Not to mention your family and your friends.
You can get addicted after just one use.
You can go to jail.
Look what it does to your teeth.
Buy into the facts.
To learn more about the damaging effects of meth, go to this website.
And welcome back to Kinetic TV. Where we last left off, we were talking about character and the difference between character and personality, and listing some character traits that are very beneficial to you in your everyday life. So, you know, just a quick review. We talked about how character and personality are obviously different, how one is kind of your makeup and one is who you are when you're around your friends, I guess. And we talked about different character traits, you know, such as patience, such as humility, you know, wisdom, and things like that. And also, you know, the biggest one, forgiveness, of course. So what is, you know, this is another one of those off-the-wall questions. What is an example of a person in your life, maybe besides yourself, who you've seen display a great amount of character?
My mom.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Yes.